Hey guys, I am just recording this tutorial now so I can show everyone how to make these adorable little face masks. Obviously they're not medical grade, but they could still, we're in a shortage right now for masks, so they could still possibly be helpful, or at least used as a cover to go over the medical grade masks. I feel like possibly they're better than nothing. If you do have to go out, at least keep your distance still and you can wear one of these. Plus they're, it'll give you something fun to do, to make something while we're in quarantine. And also you can make them for your friends, your family, and also for kids, because I know my kids love wearing theirs, and kids think these are a lot more fun to wear than the actual medical masks, which you want to encourage them to wear those too, obviously, but these are fun for them to wear, so yeah. You can actually also add a filter to these masks. I do have some material here. I haven't actually done it yet, and I'm terrible at sewing, but you can actually cut out, whatever shape and sew it onto the back of these to have as like a filter. And these are washable. You can make these out of any kind of yarn. You can use any hook size. I have a few different ones that I've been trying them out with. That's a J hook. Whoops, focus is out. Okay, well anyways, there's a J 5.75 millimeter hook. The one I used for my 8-month-old daughter, I used a 3.5 millimeter E hook, which is very small. And for me and my older two daughters, my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old, I used a 4.25 millimeter hook, which is a G hook. And I'm sorry this is not focusing. I am not a professional camera lady, so yeah, just bear with me. Anyways, so yeah, these could be really helpful and fun to make, and maybe you could make a bunch of them and donate them to hospitals. Maybe some hospitals could use these. I don't really know. I can't really say for sure, but they are very quick and easy to make. For me, it can take about 20 minutes to make one. It really depends on your experience, I guess, but I'm sure a really experienced crocheter could probably make several of these in one day. And of course, the more you practice, the faster and the better you'll get, so keep practicing. And like I said, these are extremely easy to make. These are beginner, I'd say beginner level, so yeah. So I hope you find them useful, and if you do, please share this video around, and yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get started now here. So the yarn that I'm using right now, this is actually one of the most common brands of yarn you'll find at Walmart or any craft store. It's Red Heart Super Saver. This color I'm using is called Turquoise, maybe? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But it's a really pretty bright blue color. So yeah, I figured that would show up good on camera. And just to show you, like Karen's Simply Soft yarn, that's another one I use. I actually use that to make this one. And then this one is like, I use like some glittery random yarn I found. You can also use 100% cotton yarn, pretty much whatever you want. They're all washable. It is hypoallergenic, and the cotton yarn is also hypoallergenic. It doesn't shrink or anything, so yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started without further ado. I'm going to try to teach you everything in this video, so bear with me here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here, let me make sure my camera is... Okay, so the first thing we'll do, we will start off by making a slip knot, and to do that, you're just going to take the yarn over like this, kind of like a sailboat shape or something, I don't know. And then take the yarn around and stick it through that and pull tight. Okay, Stick your hook in there and just pull it tight. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a foundation chain for this project, and we're going to start off with 34 chains. And in order to make a chain, you just grab the yarn like that and pull it through the loop. So let's do that again. Grab the yarn, which is called yarning over. So you'll yarn over and pull it through the loop. Okay, so we just made 2 chains. Yarn over, pull through, there's 3. Yarn over, pull through, there's 4. And as you go, you want to move your fingers up the chain to hold it steady. Yarn over, pull through, there's 5. Yarn over, pull through, there's 6. And you just want to continue doing that until you have 34. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay, so there's 34. We have 34 chains right here. And now what we're going to do, we're actually going to go in the second chain from the hook. So what you want to do, okay, just look at your chains. You will see there's 2 strands of yarn throughout the whole thing. There's a top strand on each chain and a bottom strand on each chain. You want to insert your hook through those top and bottom strands. So we're not going to do the first chain, the last one we just did, but the second one. We'll go in the second chain from the hook, and we'll insert the hook right there in the middle. Grab your yarn and pull it through. So now you currently have 2 chains on your hook. Grab the yarn again like that and just pull it through both loops. And you just completed your first single crochet. So we are going to do that 5 more times for a total of 6 single crochet to start off here on this foundation chain. So in the next chain, let's go ahead and stick the hook through the loops. Grab the yarn and pull it through. You got 2 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn, pull it through both loops. And you just made your second single crochet. Let's do it again. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now we have just completed 6 single crochet in those first 6 chains that we had made in our foundation. Next thing we're going to do, we're actually going to use a different stitch this time. This is called a half double crochet, and we're going to do 7 half double crochets. So it'll be 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 chain spaces. Okay, so to do a half double crochet, it's quite easy. It's a lot like single. The only difference is you're going to yarn over before you stick the hook through the chain. So we just yarned over. We've got 2 loops on there. So stick your hook through the chain, the foundation chain, pull the yarn through, and now you have 3 loops on your hook, as opposed to the 2 loops we had with just the single crochet. With a half double crochet, we'll have 3. So then you grab the yarn again and pull it through all 3 loops. And you just made a half double crochet. So go ahead and do it again. Yarn over, pull that through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. It's 2 half double crochets. Let's do 5 more. Yarn over, put it through the chain, pull the yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so we will continue that for 4 more half double crochets. I'm trying to really slow myself down here so you can watch what I'm doing. if you don't already know how. Okay, so we just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we just completed 7 half double crochets, and now we're going to move on to our a new stitch. This one is called the double crochet. Let me show you how to do a double crochet. You're going to yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain space, and pull the yarn through. You have 3 loops on your hook again, and this time, instead of pulling the yarn through all 3 loops, you're going to grab the yarn and pull it through the first 2 loops. So now you have 2 loops left on your hook. Grab the yarn again and pull it through both of those loops. And that is how you do a double crochet. Okay? And we're going to do 7 double crochets. So we just completed our first double crochet. Let's go ahead and do 6 more. Yarn over, put the hook through the loop, the chain, grab the yarn, pull it up, do the first 2 loops, do the last 2 loops. Okay? Yarn over, insert the hook, grab the yarn, and you got 3 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops, grab the yarn, pull it through the next 2 loops. Okay, and we just completed our 3rd double crochet. So let's go ahead and do 4 more. One, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now we just completed 7 double crochets. This is what we have so far with our mask. Okay, we have 6 single crochets, 7 half double crochets, and 7 double crochets. To finish it, we're going to just mirror the rest of this. We're going to do 7 half double crochets and 6 double crochet or single crochets. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started back on our halves. Yarn over, insert the hook through the chain, and pull the yarn through all 3 loops. There's 1 half double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now we're going to move on to 6 single crochets. Sometimes you'll have like hair and stuff in your yarn. Try to rip it out. It's really annoying. Okay, so single crochet, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so that was our last foundation chain, and we just completed it. This is what it's looking like so far. Yeah. So now what we're going to do to move on to the next row, we are going to simply chain 1, and to do that you grab the yarn and just pull it through the loop like that, and then turn your work. Okay, turn it to the other side, and we're going to start doing the same thing we just did. We will do 6 single crochets, 7 half double crochets, 7 double crochets, 7 half double crochets, and 6 single crochets. And we will do that throughout the whole project. So if you know what you're doing by now, go ahead and have at it. What you want to do is do about, well, as many rows as you need to fit your face for that. So for me, I did about 9 rows. For my kids, I did about 7 rows. And for my 8-month-old, I did about 6 rows. So you just want to modify it to fit your face or whoever's face you're making it for. I think average is about 9 or 10 rows. But if it's for a man, I mean, I don't have a man around to like measure their face or anything, but I assume it might be maybe a little bigger, like 11 or 12 rows. So yeah. anyways, so in the first one you want to just insert the hook, yarn over, and then pull the yarn through both loops for a single crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're going to do half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Okay, so we just completed our second row, and now we'll just repeat that again. So go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and start your single crochets. And by the way, I just wanted to mention, in case people don't know, in case this is a beginner learning this, whenever you go to do your single crochet, you want to make sure and insert your hook beneath the 2 strands of yarn. Each stitch has 2 strands of yarn on top of it, no matter no matter if it's a single crochet, a half double crochet, or a double crochet, they all have 2 strands of yarn on the very top of them, and you want to insert your hook right under those 2 strands. See? I go through the hole in each one, and yeah. And I'm sorry I'm really shaky. I've had a lot of caffeine today. So anyways, so you go through that, and then, yeah, there's your single crochet. Stick the hook underneath the 2 strands. See that up close? I hope you can see that. Okay. Okay, so anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to just go ahead and continue making this now. So I will meet you when I'm done and show you how to make the straps. Okay, so I'm on my last row that I'm doing for my face. This is my 9th row. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up. Okay, and I'm on my double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so finishing up row 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I just finished up row 9 and I'm going to show you how to do the straps now. And it's very easy to do. It really depends, like it depends on how big your ear is and how close it is to your ear, how many chains you want. For me, I have very small ears, so I chain 21 and that goes great for me. For my kids, I chained 15, and for my 8-month-old, I chained 12 or 13, I think. But anyways, you really just want to kind of check yourself, and I think about 23 chains is probably good for an average person. So what you do is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 is what I do for me. So you want to take it and go into the very first single crochet on the other side of the mask, and you just stick your hook in through the loop and pull the yarn through, and then pull the yarn through this loop like that, and that's it. And then you just take your scissors and cut it, and whoops, and then you pull the tail through just like that, and voila, there's your first strap. And then you'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to put our chain on the other side of the mask. So do your slip knot, and tighten that up. And then you'll attach your yarn by going into the last single crochet here. Go through the last stitch, and then pull the yarn through, pull it through both of these loops, tighten it a little, and go ahead and chain 21 or however many you need. Oops. And then bring it around to the other side to attach. And then that end single crochet there. Pull the yarn through and pull it through this loop. and go ahead and cut that off. Make sure you leave a long tail for sewing in your ends. Okay, and then pull that through, pull it tight. And now we'll go ahead and sew the tails in. So you just want to take your yarn needle. If you don't have a yarn needle, that's totally fine. You can actually take your hook and run it, just weave it in or run it underneath the stitching or however works for you. And you can grab the yarn and pull it through. Just use your common sense there. You can figure it out. But anyways, so I'm going to take my needle and just sew it in through the stitches like this. Just kind of weave it in and pull it through. Okay, one down, go ahead and snip it. Okay. And by the way, I'm not condoning anyone to go out to the stores just to buy this. I hope everyone is safe, plays it smart, and you stay home. If you're lucky enough to have a yarn stash, then you can do some projects like this. Now, if you do have to go out and you need to go to the grocery store, somewhere that happens to have yarn, then go ahead and get yourself some and make some masks. Why not? Okay, so we're down to our last two tails here, and I like to put them both in at the same time. So let's see. Trying to hurry because I think my baby might have woke up from her nap. So I need to go. Okay, so anyways, this is the finished product. We have a face mask. And if you want, you can leave it as this, leave it as is, like this, or you can sew some little embellishments on it, like the little animal faces like I did with the ones I showed you already, or you can put like little hearts on it or butterfly, flower, whatever you want. Put a border around it, make it cute, just personalize it and, you know, make it your own. Or if you're just wanting to make a bunch of these, then you can just make them like this, quick and easy, and do what you want. But yeah, that's it. I hope that you guys find this useful and helpful, and please share it around so that other people can, you know, try making their own. And yeah, if you have any questions at all, then don't hesitate to ask me, and I will do everything I can to help you make these and guide you through it however I can. I know I'm not the greatest with making video tutorials, but yeah, I'm kind of new at this, so yeah, please forgive me. Anyways, I hope everyone out there can stay safe and stay indoors and just take care of your loved ones, and God bless.